Hi guys, Dave in Texas here, and what you're looking at is what I think is the prettiest color Epiphone they make. It's a blue burst or aqua marine, or I just call them blue burst, and it is absolutely pretty. You know, it's just a pretty guitar. Beautiful deep blue colors around the burst area, around the disc, as well as the poker chip. Sorry, around the poker chip. Beautiful deep blue colors on the poker chip and on the horn. Unbelievable. Of course, you can still see the grains of the woods, you know, so it's like really pretty. On the back is pretty too. It's just a very pretty guitar, and it's pretty awesome sound too. I heard it play for the guy left, and it's got, look at here, split pickups, right? Goes from humbuckers to single coil. It's a Les Paul Standard Pro, right? I love these guitars. Beauty. Now, a Pro Ultra or a Les Paul Ultra would have a USB connection and stereo, but I don't think those are around very much. Okie dokie. Now, looking down it, I gotta do this, guys. I gotta kind of move it out of the camera a little bit. Looking down it, it has no relief on it. Oh, somebody likes me. I think so. The guy left his whammy bar here. Hang in there, guys. Okay, it's who I thought it was. Went off and left his whammy bar to his Kramer. I can't believe that. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he's upset about the Kramer because it has a broken neck pocket on it. And he just realized it's going to take a lot of work to fix that thing. And I wish him the best of luck doing it. It's a fun job, really, if you get down to it. Only thing is the parts are just darned expensive. The tools used to do the work aren't cheap either. So it's kind of a high dollar little fix, you know, if you don't have the parts, or you don't have the tools, and you got to invest in those. Okay, but man, this guy's got some great guitars. Like this one. Let's get back to this one. It is absolutely a stunning, beautiful guitar, and I love it. I love it. Other than a red burst, this is my favorite. Period. So what we're going to do is get back down here, get these strings unwound, and do a free setup on this guitar for him. And this belongs to Aiden or Alan. I have to check on that, see which one it is. But we're going to loosen up strings, cut them at the 12 string, around 12 spot, and go from there. Now, he said he wasn't getting any fret buzz, and there's hardly any relief on this neck at all. So I don't know. Let's see. The reason I cut them right about here is because it gives me enough circle length, so I can put these away, throw them away, and not make a mess of things, right? And this is, oh goody. This has got the locking tail piece on it. See this, guys? It's got that little locking mechanism in there, that little bitty thingamabob. So the tail locks in there, so it can't fall off like all the other ones do. And I think that's only on the Epiphones. I would say, Gibson, you know, take a hint. Do what your buddies are doing, put a locking tail on there. But it's always a pain in the ass to get, excuse me, get in a hurry and have that darn tail fall off when you're unstringing it. And these, unfortunately, there's tags around the strings. So let's get that put back on around the neck where it belongs. Sometimes these guys are like kids. You gotta tell them twice. Put it around the neck. Don't put it through the strings. Put it around the neck. And it's very simple. It's because I cut the strings off of it. And this one, he wants a new set of DA10s on it, so we'll do that for him. And get it all strung up and intonated and set up and all that kind of good stuff. So we can go from there. Alright? Or it's a little late in the shop today, but I want to get all these freebies out of the way so I can get on some of the ones that are in line next. And the way it works, guys, is if you bring me your guitar with a set of strings, new set of strings, I will do a setup on it for you for free. Okay? Free. and I do it right. And this one's got inch deep of gook on the neck. God, where are these coming from? I think these are coming from the desert. These guys must be service guys, because this has got gook on it. So I'll have to show it to you when I clean it. I'll show you. It's unbelievable. I didn't think I'd seen one of these for a while, but here it is on a beautiful guitar. So hang in there, guys, while I clean this thing up. Okay, another case of high grunge on the frets. What I'll do is use my diluted Windex, about 50-50, and I'll spray it on these frets and try to get all this goo off here. Then immediately what I'll go back with is some linseed oil so this doesn't dry this thing out. And I just want these on the frets only. I don't want them on the rest of the guitar. That should be enough. I'll start down here at the bottom, which may drip onto the body. You don't want that to happen. And yeah, it's coming right off. This stuff works pretty good. 50-50 mix of water and Windex. It's just astringent enough to get that crap off there. Of course, there's not that much on the bottom frets. There never is. Well, usually there's not. The other guitar there was, but not this one. And you look, that's how dirty it is. That's finger schmutz. Finger crud. And you wonder, you know, you look at these guys and they have nice cars, they wear nice clothes, you know, they're kind of the weekend warrior guitars, you know what I'm saying? They're not some hippie holdback or reject from the 60s. And you wonder why they treat their guitars like this. And something I'm noticing is, I'll be darned, the frets on this thing are loose. They're actually up above. Holy cow. That's not right. What the hell's going on here? There's a void in them, and there's actually this fluid's coming out from underneath the frets. So there's a void in them. This towel's like sucking it up. Holy shit. Look at the dirt coming off this thing. Yeah, that's the dirt from fingers. What's more shocking is that fluid is actually coming out from underneath the frets. That's not good at all. That means there's a void underneath the frets. Holy shit. Yeah, every time I press on them, more fluid comes out. Damn. That's bizarre. It's still coming out. I wonder how the hell they fretted this thing. Well, we'll find out when we play it. If it's got dead frets on it or not. Holy cow. And of course, the worst ones are the ones up front or top. The most play. Look at that. That is on there thick. And any smart ass goes, oh, that's part of the fretboard. No, it's not, dude. That's dirt. This stuff I'm using now is that astringent, you know. Look at that. How the hell? I wonder if those are just plecked on there or how they're on there, but water gets underneath the frets. That just means there's a dead space underneath these frets that needs to be filled in with some glue. That is bizarre. Once that will repeat itself, I'd show him, you know, what's going on. Anyway, as I said, immediately after doing that, with that astringent type stuff, put this oil back on there and get the oil back on the board, which I don't think it's ever had any anyway, but best thing to do. You don't want to dry board. And so I dried it out with that stuff to get that crud off there. Now normally I just take, you know, linseed oil and clean these boards off when there's plenty enough to get, you know, like normal wear and tear off. But this stuff has just been too thick lately. I don't know what they're doing to have this happen. I had no idea. If they're just, you know, playing and tossing their guitar aside, not doing anything to it. Maybe I'll teach them how to wipe it down, or at least try to. I'll talk to them about wiping their guitars down and try to get them cleaned. But this is a little bit of a nightmare. And to top it off, that stuff is absolutely running out of the edges of those frets. After showing this on video, I can't believe it. Hold on a second, let me try something here while that glues up, or sorry, not glues up. Let me try something here while that soaks into that fretboard. Now it's dry. There's a test you can do. With a bone nut. Uh-oh. That's even worse. Yeah, there's nothing underneath these frets. The glue's gone. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen a guitar like that before that did that, to be honest with you. Never seen one like that. This is one as beautiful as this one. Damn. But I'm pretty sure it's not more than 6 years old, maybe, at the most. So it's probably gone through that Plek machine, and that Plek machine blew it. Whoever's operating, I don't know how it works. I've never seen how it works, but I'm sure the operator has some kind of control over it. You know, it's where it's like, yes, make sure you glue these down inside the frets. Don't just press them on, because changes the temperature and weather conditions and stuff cause these to pop right out. All right, he's got his facing forward, his adjustments on his bridge. Okay, let's get this all cleaned up a bit. Oh, sorry guys. Look at the body on this now. Now it's clean. It is beautiful. Okay, well, can't sit there all day and complain about that. Gotta clean up the rest of these parts. Let's see how it's out. Oh wow, this bridge is the same way. It's got all kind of schmutz in it. Let's take the polish and clean it up with it. That should cut through the schmutz on his Epiphone saddles and such. And just before it goes out the door, we always take some super lube, and put a drop of that on the screws that work his bridge, work his saddles. Of course, now this has got a retaining clip on it, and you can't go any further than the retaining clip one direction. So hopefully it will not require that. And remember, his all face forward. That's bizarre. Well, you know, to each his own, but his saddles are on backwards. Okie dokie. I guess that has to do with the intonations. Tough to work with on this guitar. I wouldn't think it would be. It should be dirt simple. It should be Blood Simple. Blood Simple. That's the name of that movie. Blood Simple. I like that movie. Guys in there dying after this person shoots them. and the person that shot him thought it was somebody else. He says, Fred, I hope you end up in hell. The guy's dying. He goes, well, I'm not Fred, but I'll be sure to tell him when I get there. And drops over dead. Like, well, shit. I'll be sure to give him the message. Like, uh-oh. You may be paying you a visit. Good movie. Blood Simple. Good acting, good plot, good everything. Okay, now, love those locking in Epiphone tails. Just beauties, right? Okay, we're going to put on a set of tins that he wanted for his strings. I'm going to find them. And then go from there. We'll tune it up. We'll intonate it. We'll adjust the action on it. And I just skipped over a very important part of this particular guitar's job to be done. I need to polish up these frets. And I almost went off and forgot to do that while the strings were not on it. That's not good. I'm getting very forgetful about this stuff, especially when I get in too big of a hurry. But let's see if I can find those darn little erasers. I got these little erasers that do a great job. There it is. Found the right ones. And you can tell the ones that are on a favorite because they're all worn down to a nub. Nubbers. I still can't believe this guy has got frets that are hollow underneath. There's got to be some glue in them, but each one of them, I swear to you, it just came bubbling right up. Okay, so we're going to shoot down a bit at this. And you can see those cowboy cord marks, right, along with that nasty looking stuff. And we're just going to give this a nice little rub down, about 8 or 10 strokes. Got that. And I really do need to get that bigger one out of here. Now, I think I measured these for him before about recrowning them. There's enough to recrown left on this. But it's not that big a hurry. You know, you can do it later. Get somebody else to do it for him. Or, like some people, he can try to do it himself after watching my videos. And I had a couple of people write to me after they watched my recrowning videos and couldn't believe the cost of the tools, number one. And then several of them, they went just crazy with the work they were doing. I mean crazy, and just filed so much deeper than they should have done, and ended up screwing up their frets and wanted somebody to blame. It's like, well, you know, I warn people not to go crazy with this stuff, so let's stick with that. Alright, let's get back with it. Yeah, that's much better. Staying right on the mark. And, you know, I keep telling you guys, you can't see what this does, but it's like night and day. You know, you start with a dull gray looking thing with all his, you know, marks on it. Then you get these fret erasers in there, and they really do polish these things up a lot. Make them look really nice. And the main thing is not only just they look good, they feel good to your touch. And speaking of shame, this thing has absolutely gotten crazy full. Look at this one. This is one of my buckets of shame. Those little hand tools that you can't put anywhere because you'll lose them. And here's my other bucket of shame. You know that? All those files, nut files. And if it wasn't for those, man, I'd be searching stuff even worse than I am now. Okay, so let's get this strung up and stop yapping. Okay. These are DA10s. And it looks like his nuts cut right. Everything is set up so that it's mostly on top. The string, these braided ones at least. I've seen that. Well, that's a good thing. And let's pull this through. And of course, these are the easiest ones to string up. The Gibson Les Pauls, you know. Nothing difficult. Not like you're trying to work with a Floyd Rose. And like I said, that last one was that I worked on was a Kramer Floyd Rose in. It had the broken neck. And he was wondering why I didn't do any more to it than I did. I mean, it was in pretty sad shape when I handed it to him. I forgot to tell him that, hey guy, I found this thing with, you know, this broken neck we found earlier is even worse than we thought, and it's spreading. So anyway, I felt bad about it, so I told him how to fix it, you know, step by step, showing the materials he had to buy, the type of materials he had to get, so that he wouldn't spend his money fruitlessly, and then bring that thing back to me, and me have to fix it after it's been screwed up. One thing I hate to do is go out and fix something that someone tried to do it themselves and screwed it up by not paying close enough attention to what they're doing. That was the hardest fix-ups, because not only you had the original problem, you got the mistakes they made as well to fix. So it's kind of like, guys, if you're going to do stuff, you know, via my videos, please watch them closely. And if you have any questions, give me a holler. Everybody that knows me and uses my shop knows for a fact that I am so easy to get help from on how to do these things. I'm the easy peasy Japanese type of guy. And if you don't think so, well, I'm sorry, but that's one of the reasons why I do these to begin with. Try to save you guys money, so you can get this stuff done and set up for dirt cheap. You do it yourself. Of course, I enjoy doing this too, of course. You know, it is fun for me. And I do get to meet a bunch of people that I enjoy. And one thing is that we have this jam every so often. You saw the video of the last one, I think. When the weather's nice, we have what's called the block jam. And all the guys that I work on their guitars and their amps and their pianos and their mics, all that kind of stuff, we all get together in front of my house, close the garage door, we set all the amps and PA systems up, and we entertain the neighborhood. We get a chance to have a jam, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. And some of these guys are professionals, you know, I do this for a living, and they are absolutely wonderful. Guys like Roger Dodger, he's a pretty cool guy. He brings his keyboard over and just knocks it out. And there's Pete, he plays the drums. And by the jam, what I mean is we all get a chance to play something. Even if you only can play a one-note song, like a beginner does, plays, you know, one da 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 da. They get to play it if they want to. You know, no one holds them back. And if somebody wants to sing a song, we'll let them sing it. Okay, now where is my fun little toy gone to? Okay, let's do this the old-fashioned way. Believe it or not, I misplaced my darn little device I used to string this thing up with. A little string winder. I'm not done with it. It's probably underneath something, or somewhere in plain sight where I just stuck it. Meantime, I'm just going to do this by hand, get this thing over with, so I don't want to look for it anymore. Quick looks, and that's that. Now I'm just hoping nobody decided to borrow it, because my other one is just absolutely out of power right now. Found a new chuck for it. I found the chuck, but I haven't powered it up in I don't know how long. It's a battery operated type. You know, it's a battery operated drill, not AAA or 9 volt. It's got its own battery system and transformer. So I wish it'd work off the transformer, but it won't. You gotta pretty much do it like you do it. Anyway, let's go and get these strings cut. I'm gonna leave them a little bit longer. He wants to cut them shorter. Just all you gotta do is tell me. And I'm doing 2 wraps on these like I do on all my strings. That way he can take it down to a different tune if he wants to do it. Alternate tunings. And I won't have a problem doing that. Okay, so here we go. Get on the saddle first. Counter wrap it. And just start turning it, guys. Keep it underneath the strings that go over it. And that way it stays tight. Aha! This one was stuck on the back of that darn tail. The bobbin was. So this one ended up with a lot more wraps than I think are wanted. I'm only going to put 2 on here. I may go 3 now. There's 2. Two and a half. Yep, 2.5. Oh well, won't hurt anything. Okay. All right, well we're going to cut away from this and let you hear what it sounds like when we tune it up, so hang in there. Okay, here we are again working with this little Epiphone Les Paul, this beautiful little guitar. And darndest thing is, it's got so many problems. It's like, why? Why is this thing got so many problems? Well, not so many, but just, you know, how can I say it again? It's got a lot of fret problems. It's got frets that have voids in them, right? A bunch of them, like almost all of them. So what I'm going to tell the guy and save him some money is how to fix this, okay, on his frets. And the way you do it, you get your little tool like this. You get these from StewMac. And what it is, it's like a fountain pen. However, it's meant to hold in it CA glue or super glue, okay? So with the super glue, you go through here with this little bitty dot you see right here. And it acts as a wicking mechanism. It pulls the super glue out of the bottle, and you put that to the fret itself when it's level, and it'll suck that super glue right in, as well as from this little hole here, right? Just, there's a little line runs through there. It's kind of like a well, ink well, it's a glue well, and just sucks it right into the fret where its void is. And it's not that hard to do. It's relatively very simple to do this, you know, kind of work, and it saves me a nasty bit of work too. Because then, once you get that glue from StewMac too, you get it from them as well. Let me show you that real quick. Hang in there. Once you get that glue, looks about like this. Number 10. This one's still got it in it, leaking a little bit. And once you get this glue, you put the tip of this in there, and it sucks it up like an ink pen. you lay it underneath the fret, or as close as you can to the fret. It'll suck it in when it's level. And if you have any extra left over once it's dried, you get some of this good stuff, right? And you remove the glue. Super glue remover, right? And that's the best I can recommend on this problem here. Okay, we're going to tune this up again. It's been sitting for a couple of days and it should be stretched pretty good. And you hear this fret buzzing, so I'm going to have to adjust that bridge. Okay, so we got tuned up and it's still fret buzzing, guys. Well, it could be the fact that the bridge is set so low on this that we're going to have to raise this thing up, obviously. So I'll let it sit there and tune for a while and come back to it, and I'll untune it, raise it up, tune it again, maybe stretch these a bit myself by hand. Okay, we're going to zero these up, both of them. So you can see this, my hand's in the way, of course. We'll put them both at 12 o'clock so we get a starting point on these. Make some adjustments. We're going to raise it up and, you know, check it with our action gauge. Make sure you don't go too high. That's what we got right now. I've already checked the give on the neck, the relief. It's fine. It's straight. That's the way he wants it. That's the way it'll stay. Let's see what we got here. Oh geez, we got 1/64. This is way too low, guys. We gotta bring this thing up pretty good. So let's untune it a bit. And raise it up quite a bit. Alright, so we're going to go up. Let's start off with 2 full turns. Alright, there's 1, 2. Alright, 2 full turns. And well, let's tune it up and see what we got on this side real quick. Alright, what is the action on this guitar now? Well, it's still way below 4/64. And of course, it's got a lot of fret buzz going on. So, here we go again. Let's untune it. Let's raise her up. 1 full turn. And we can always go back down again, guys. That's not the thing to concern yourself with. This one go 1 full turn. Well, let's check it. Let's tune it completely up and go from there. Alright, yeah, back in tune. Now I hear what it sounds like. Okay, so no more fret buzzing, and let's see what we got for the action. Alright, it should be right around that 4/64 or close to it. We gotta turn the guitar a bit, guys, sorry. Bingo, yep, and what's on this side? Just right under it, so 4 and 6, perfect. 4 and 3/64, it just goes right to it, and there you have it. Okay, now it's time to intonate it. We're going to back off, get some more time to adjust and do a final intonation. Then we'll polish it up and call it up and say, hey, come get it. But we'll hear his true voice here in a little bit, so hang in there, guys. And there's one thing I almost forgot to do, guys, and that was check the height of the pickups. Whoopsie. Okay, so let's get in there and check the heights. We fret the last one, the last fret, and this little jewel tool here should go underneath it without raising the string up, which there's no way on earth it's going to do. Boinky, it goes about halfway. And on the other side, this one should be the one that goes underneath it without raising the string up. It stands a better chance, but nope, it raises the string up. You hear it playing it. Okay, let's check the back side of this guitar. See how that sits, right? Check the thing. These are right. Alright, that's just perfect. It's just barely touching that. That's perfect. It's about the other side. Nope. That's level with the other one. So, we got to come up on it. Let's start coming up. See where we are there. Still going for just a little bit more, just a little bit more. See how that did. Oh wow, I just really need to goose this thing, don't I? Alright, that's touching, that's perfect. Let's check that and make sure nothing took place with it while I was doing the other one. Ah, perfect on that one. Okay, let's go back to the first one. And boing, that's just way too high. The other one, if I recall, let me think, what was it? It's got to go down too. They both have to go down. So let's back them down a bit. You can always come back up again. I'm not really being scientific right at the moment, just kind of lowering it. If it go too low, I'll adjust it back up. Alright, let's check the big side first. And somebody likes it, so hang in there, guys, while I answer that phone. Okay, we're back at it. We're going to test these once more time, make sure I got these set up right. And now I just need to go down some more. When I do this kind of work, it's kind of like, you know, just give them a few whiz turns and go from there. Of course, I don't want to get below the level of the pickup brackets if I can keep from it. So that's kind of like an adjustment you got to keep in mind, you know, 'cause if you do, you're really choking out the tone completely. And that's perfect right there. That's touching that. And that's just barely touching that. So that's perfect. That's a little low. We're going to have to make sure that when we play it doesn't choke that tone out. But that's the way it's supposed to be, according to the way they set these things up, you know. Not my decision, but if you put it up too high, you'll lose a lot of tone as well. It's kind of like, that's why you've got this thing that goes, you know, that's why you have these testing devices. These idiot gauges, these no-goes, blah, 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 blah. And, one more time, let's see if it's staying in tune. It sure is. So, got it working there. It's staying in tune. So when he comes to pick it up today, it's going to sound really nice. It's going to sound really nice. It's my best Italian accent, guys. A Texas Italian accent. How messed up is that? Okay, let's get out the Go Juice. Okay. It's beautiful smelling stuff. And right now I'm using this from I keep forgetting their names. Everybody uses them. Doggone it, David. Look on the label. Guitar Fetish, yes. You know, as weird as I am, looks like I remember Fetish. Okay, give it a nice little spritzer. Okay. If you remember, guys, this is the one that was just but dirty, you know, on that fretboard. And I really had to clean everything on this thing. The fretboard, the bridge, the saddles, everything was just caked in dirt. And that's no reflection on these players, guys. I mean, if you play the shit out of your guitar, well, more power to you. You know? Get in there and play them babies. Don't let them sit and gather dust. Okay. So when he comes in here, he'll look at it and go, wow, that sure is nice looking. Of course, then I get to give him the bad news about the frets being void underneath. He's like, oh shit. I wonder how he's going to take that. That's pretty much it. And next time you hear it playing, he'll be playing it and tell you what he thinks about the setup. So hang in there. Alright guys, we've got his Les Paul all set up and tuned up and fixed up. Introduce yourself and tell us about your guitar.
Hello, my name is Aiden. I bought this guitar a long time ago at Guitar Center, and I haven't had it set up or anything since then. I'm still not very good, still learning to play, but at least I got it set up now.
Cool, cool. Alright, let's hear what it sounds like, dude. Let's try this. Okay, now try it. Now try.
Try again.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Okay, let's switch to your Strat and hear how it sounds, okay? Go. You'll never know. Cool. Cool, nice. Okay. Well, what do you think? Set up pretty good?
I think it's great.
Cool. Alright. Well, listen, guys. Any questions, give me a holler. Dave in Texas. Bye. Say bye, Aiden.
Bye.